Welcome back to JB Reviews. Today I'm going to show you guys how to take down the grill and undo the fender flares, as well as take out the wheel wells up front. So I'm actually getting ready to install the AEV front bumper, so stay tuned. I will be doing a install video for that as well. But for now, let's go ahead and see what we have to do. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take out these push pins here. They're just plastic. I have two pry tools that I like to use. Hopefully you guys can see it better there. Yeah, I have these two pry tools. This one works the best for taking these out. There's 9. And then the next thing you're going to have to do is take out these T15 Torx right here. And I'll show you the tool I use for this. You don't have to use anything strong, but it just slips right off like so. And you'll see this trim piece comes right out. Okay. Now, if for any reason you need to close your hood, you're going to reinstall this lever, because if it's not on there, it's going to be a little bit challenging to release it. You may not have to undo these T15 Torx here, but I'm just taking these out because I have to remove all of this for what I'm getting ready to do. So just keep that in mind. This is just optional, and I'll let you guys know in a little bit if you do have to take out these Torx, but you will have to pull back your fender flare here. And let's just see here if these bolts actually hold this in somehow. And there's 2 down here that may have to come out as well. And then again, like I said, I'll let you guys know. I would go ahead and remove those T15s. This one you definitely have to remove because it's attached to this body panel, because you're going to remove this basically to remove that grill, because it's pretty much connected to it. So yeah, just go ahead and remove those 2 Torx. But if you're obviously not looking to remove the liner, you don't have to remove these 2 Torx, and of course the ones throughout the liner here. So as I said, this is connected to this trim piece here. So yeah, that will have to come out basically. You don't have to remove the fender flare all the way, but there is a nut right here. See if I can show it to you better on this side. It's right there. So that nut has to come out, and I'll let you know the size of that. And it's going to be the exact same on the passenger side as well. If you want to remove your whole wheel liner, there's going to be 15 T15 Torx and then a push pin, and this is including the mud flap as well, which is this guy right here. So you see where the Torx go, and then there's 3 on this side, and this is considered the bottom. Here's that bolt. It's a number 7. And it was right there at the top. Now at the very top, now we have to loosen the grill. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 nuts you have to unloosen. These are number 10s. You're gonna need a helper to take off the grill, because this comes in 3 pieces. So the center piece is the big piece right here, and then you have the 2 smaller pieces on the side. Now, if you do have a front camera, you'll also have the spray for the camera, so it has like washer fluid that cleans it. You're gonna have to undo those connections. Now, I found it easier to pull the grill out some and then take off these 2 side pieces. So on the passenger side, you have this connection here for the camera, and there's just a red tab that you have to slide back, push down, really easy to do. For the bumper, you have this harness that you have to undo, and this one should be pretty easy as well. Now on the driver's side, this is for the fluid that comes out to spray the camera. I'll show you guys how to undo this, but you just have to squeeze on the sides of it and it'll come undone. But it's right here. And as I said, these like pieces that come off separately from the grill make it a lot easier to get these connections undone. Now, you guys will see here in the center of the grill, there's two places you have clips that sit here. You also have two on this side. You have two down below. And then you have two on this side as well. Again, all you have to do is just pull those out. You'll have to pull up on the top of the grill too to pull it forward. And then that's how you get that undone. But before you can do that, these side pieces that were here, you remember you had to undo that 7mm bolt here. All you have to do is pull out slightly and then pull forward and it'll come undone. And it feels like you're gonna break something, but you're not gonna break anything. It's pretty easy to do. And once you do that on both sides, you can pull down the grill here and then you can pull the side pieces off. So with that being said, here are the side pieces here. They pretty much have clips right there. There's one right there, and then there's a second one right here. They basically sit like this. So all you have to do is just unclip them, pull it off, and then that way you can set the larger part of the grill back up while you undo these hoses here. So as I said, you have to push this one like this. I use some vice grips, just it's very slightly pushed on them. That way I could just pull it out and it made it a lot easier, but you can see that it's actually bulging a little bit as you push. But you're gonna need a little bit of force on this one. And then like I said, the camera just unplugs here. You just have that red clip and then just push down and it'll release basically. So that's pretty much it for the grill. Let's go ahead and start unbolting this bumper. So on the top here, you are gonna have to remove these 18s and you also have another 18 down below. I've already undid it. You can probably see it down there, hopefully. And then you have these two 15s, two there. You can see one at the very bottom. It's gonna be the exact same on this side. So you have one, you have basically 4 bolts, and I have this on here. I just built this guy. That way you guys can see how to get down there for that 1 bolt. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that sit there for a second. And I have an adjustable wrench. So it's a little bit harder to get down here. You guys can see, and I can just undo those bolts pretty easily. And you're gonna have these on both sides at the very bottom, right here. So you have 2 on each side. Thank you. So you have these 2, and then you have 2 more on the opposite side there. I completely forgot about my engine block heater. I was like pulling it down and I was confused, like why the heck is this not coming off? And that's why. One more plug here, and it's really easy. It's just a clip. I just use a flathead, just lift it up a little bit and it popped right out. And it's right there. Hopefully you guys can see that better. Last thing to mention, I did decide to take off my fender flare because it just made it a little bit easier to get the liner out, and I wanted to clean all the mud that was underneath there too when I went off road. But regardless of that, I broke most of the clips. Now, this tool actually really helped to pull those out, but over time, those clips are gonna break because of the temperature and they just get old because it's plastic. I went to the dealership, asked them how much, maybe 10 or 15 of these would cost. They were, I think, $6 and some change per clip. Now, these gray ones are the same ones as these white ones, and these yellow ones are used in parts of this truck too. I got this 3-bag pack, I think it's like 70 pieces for, I think, $11 and some change. I have the link below. I have an Amazon store, basically. I get a small commission if you buy them from me. I cannot believe they cost that much at the dealership, and these are the exact same clips, no difference, and it came with this pry tool. And this really does help to get them undone. That way you don't have to break them, basically, because when you pull on it, no matter how you pull softly, they just break. So be sure to pick some of these up. That way you just have them on deck, because even when you take off the front end of the truck, you will have some clips, I think like right here. And this one was broken too. So yeah, just go ahead and get those off Amazon. And as I said, whether you get it from me or not, it's the same price, but I just get a small commission from Amazon if you buy it from me.